Welcome to Concept with Justin. Looking at this scene, you can practically feel the warm, humid air and hear the gentle rustle of palm fronds. This is a garden that is confident, celebratory, and completely alive. Our mission today is to deconstruct this symphony of color and form. Let's begin our exploration with the canvas upon which this masterpiece is painted, the home itself. The architecture here is clean, contemporary, and perfectly suited to a sun-drenched climate. The walls are finished in a smooth, brilliant white. This is a crucial choice. In a landscape this saturated with intense, hot colors, the clean white of the house acts as a perfect, gallery-like backdrop. It provides a crisp, cool canvas that makes every single color in the garden, the reds, the oranges, the pinks, pop with even more intensity. It reflects the bright sunlight, giving the entire property a sense of airy, light-filled elegance. Notice the clean, strong lines of the architecture. We see defined columns and deep overhangs, which are not only aesthetically pleasing but also highly functional in a tropical environment, providing shelter from both sun and rain. Look at the entrance portico. The ceiling is lined with a warm, rich wood, possibly teak or ipe. This is a wonderful touch of organic warmth that prevents the modern white structure from feeling too sterile. It's a nod to natural materials that connects the house to the garden. The front door continues this theme, crafted from a dark, rich wood that provides a handsome, solid contrast to the light walls. The windows, with their classic plantation-style shutters, are another perfect nod to tropical living, offering both privacy and ventilation. Every architectural choice here is about creating a feeling of clean, bright, modern luxury. Now, let's follow the path that welcomes us into this vibrant world. The hardscaping, the paths and steps, is as elegant and understated as the house itself. The walkway is paved with large, rectangular slabs of a light-colored natural stone, most likely travertine. This is a classic choice for high-end tropical design. Its light, creamy beige color stays cooler underfoot than darker stone, and its subtle texture and natural variations add a layer of quiet sophistication. The path is laid out in a simple, straightforward manner, with clean lines that complement the modern architecture. Notice how the slabs are interspersed with crisp, green lawn, creating a beautiful geometric pattern. This isn't just a solid path, it's an integrated design feature that blurs the line between hardscape and softscape. The steps leading up to the front door are made from the same beautiful travertine, creating a seamless and elegant transition. The overall effect of the hardscaping is one of quiet luxury. It doesn't scream for attention. It provides a clean, solid, high-quality foundation that allows the real stars of the show, the plants, to take center stage. And now, let's immerse ourselves in that spectacular show. The story of this garden is, above all else, a story of color. And not just any color, this is a masterclass in using a hot color palette. We are looking at a fiery spectrum of reds, magentas, fuchsias, and blazing oranges. These are colors of energy, passion, and excitement. Using a color palette like this is a bold and confident move, and the result is a landscape that feels dynamic and full of life. The key to making a hot color palette work without it becoming chaotic or overwhelming is to use it in generous, deliberate masses. Look at how the designer has planted. You don't see one orange flower here and one red one there. You see a huge, cascading river of molten orange in the foreground. You see large, solid blocks of intense fuchsia red from the foliage of the cordyline plants. You see giant pots overflowing with a unified mix of pinks and reds. This technique of planting in large, cohesive drifts of color is what gives the design its powerful impact. It reads as a deliberate artistic choice, not a random jumble. The other secret to this successful color story is the presence of a cooling counterpoint. In this garden, that counterpoint is green. The deep, rich green of the lawn and the background foliage acts as a visual sorbet, a place for your eye to rest and cool down before diving back into the heat. The green makes the hot colors appear even more saturated and vibrant. Without the calming influence of the green, the reds and oranges could feel relentless. But set against it, they feel perfectly balanced, energetic but not overwhelming. This is a critical lesson. A successful bold color scheme is always balanced by a generous use of neutral, calming tones. Let's take a closer look at the incredible cast of characters that create this color. One of the most important lessons from this garden is that vibrant color doesn't have to come just from flowers. In fact, some of the most powerful color statements here are made with foliage. Look at the plants with the intense, upright leaves of electric magenta and red. This is likely a variety of cordyline, or tea plant. Its architectural, spiky form provides a wonderful contrast to the softer, mounding shapes around it, and its year-round color is a permanent, structural element of the design. Unlike flowers, which can be seasonal, this foliage provides a constant source of stunning color. Now look for the shrubs with the multicolored leaves of orange, red, and yellow. These are almost certainly crotons, a classic tropical plant prized for its outrageously colorful foliage. Here, they look like living flames, their leathery leaves painted with a wild mix of sunset colors. By using plants like cordyline and crotons, the designer has ensured that this garden is a spectacle of color every single day of the year, not just when certain flowers are in bloom. This foliage first approach to color is a cornerstone of sophisticated tropical design. Of course, the flowers here are absolutely spectacular. The most dramatic floral display comes from the large, dark containers flanking the entrance. These pots are absolutely overflowing with what appear to be petunias, calibrachoa, or perhaps vinca, all classic, sun-loving annuals known for their prolific blooming. Notice how each pot is planted with a dense mass of flowers, creating the effect of a giant, perfectly rounded bouquet. The designer has used a mix of hot pinks, reds, and fuchsias, with a few touches of white to add a bit of sparkle. This technique of monoplanting, or using a very limited color mix in each container, creates a much more powerful and unified impact than a mix of many different colors would. In the foreground, we have that incredible river of orange. This is likely a mass planting of a low-growing, sun-loving annual like marigolds, lantana, or zinnia. Planting a single variety in such a large, flowing drift is a professional-level technique that creates breathtaking impact. It reads as a single, coherent gesture, a bold stroke of a painter's brush. It guides your eye from the edge of the lawn right up to the base of the steps, acting as a fiery, welcoming carpet. No great design is complete without its structural foundation, and in this tropical paradise, that role is played by the magnificent palm trees. These palms, with their slender, graceful trunks and feathery crowns of green fronds, are the quintessential symbol of the tropics. They provide the garden's essential verticality, drawing the eye upward and preventing the composition from feeling flat. They create a sense of scale, reminding us that we are in a grand, luxurious space. Functionally, these palms are also crucial. Their high canopy provides a light, dappled shade. This is not the dense, dark shade of an oak tree. It's a shifting, filtered light that protects the understory plants from the most intense, scorching rays of the sun, while still allowing enough light through for them to thrive. This dappled shade also creates beautiful, moving patterns on the ground and the walls of the house, animating the entire scene. The repetition of the palm trees throughout the property creates a unifying rhythm and reinforces the lush, resort-like atmosphere. Let's talk about the unsung heroes of this design. The green background plants. If the colorful plants are the lead singers, the green foliage is the essential rhythm section that holds the whole song together. Behind the fiery crotons and red cordylines, you can see a dense backdrop of rich, green shrubs and large-leaf plants. There are neatly clipped hedges that provide a clean, formal structure, and larger, more exotic leaves that add a jungle-like lushness. This green backdrop serves a critical purpose. It provides a deep, dark canvas that makes the hot colors in front of it seem to burn even more brightly. It adds a sense of depth and mystery to the garden beds. And it provides a visual resting place, a moment of calm that makes the return to the colorful foreground even more exciting. When you are designing with bold colors, never underestimate the power of a simple, elegant green background. It is the secret ingredient that makes the whole recipe work. Now, let's turn our attention back to those handsome containers. The pots themselves are simple, modern, and elegant. They are a dark charcoal or black color with a subtle texture. This is a very deliberate choice. In a garden with so much vibrant color, the designer has wisely chosen containers that are neutral and understated. They don't try to compete with the floral display. Their job is to recede, to provide a sophisticated, dark base that makes the colors of the flowers appear even more luminous. If the pots were a bright, competing color, the whole composition would feel much busier and less elegant. This is a great takeaway. When your plants are the stars, let your pots be the simple, elegant stage. The placement of the pots is also a lesson in formal, symmetrical design. We see them placed in a balanced, almost mirrored arrangement on either side of the wide, welcoming steps. This symmetry creates a sense of order, formality, and grandeur. It frames the entrance and clearly says, "This is the way in." This use of formal symmetry to mark an entrance is a classic design technique that works beautifully to create a sense of arrival and importance. Let's consider the lawn. Just as in the more formal gardens we've studied, the lawn here plays a crucial role as negative space. It is a perfect, unblemished expanse of the most vibrant green. This cool, green carpet provides a stark and wonderful contrast to the hot colors of the bordering flower beds. It's a space for the eye to breathe. Its crisp, clean edges, which run parallel to the walkway, reinforce the clean, geometric lines of the overall design. The lawn is not just an afterthought. It is a vital compositional element that provides balance, contrast, and a sense of expansive calm amidst the riot of color. Now, let's step back and think about the design in terms of layers. A great landscape design always has a sense of depth, which is achieved through layering from front to back. In this garden, you can see this principle executed perfectly. At the very front edge, along the lawn, we have the lowest layer, the orange ground cover and some low, green border plants. Behind that, we have the mid-layer, which includes the colorful crotons and the mounding flowers. Behind them, we find the taller, more vertical layer of the magenta cordyline and the deep green background shrubs. And finally, towering over it all, is the high canopy layer of the palm trees. This careful layering, from low to medium to high, is what creates the feeling of a deep, lush, and immersive garden, rather than just a flat, one-dimensional border. How can you bring this vibrant, tropical energy into your own garden, even if you don't live in a tropical climate? The principles are universal. First, dare to use color. Don't be afraid of bold, hot colors like red, orange, and hot pink. The key is to commit to a specific color scheme. Instead of a little bit of everything, try creating a dedicated, hot corner in your garden using sun-loving annuals and perennials. Second, think foliage first. Visit your local garden center and look for plants with colorful leaves. You might not find crotons, but you may find colorful heucheras, coleus, or Japanese maples that can provide that same season-long color from their foliage. This will give your garden a strong backbone of color that doesn't depend on finicky flowers. Third, plant in masses for maximum impact. Instead of 1 marigold, plant a flat of 20. Instead of 3 petunias in a large pot, plant 10. This massing of a single plant or color is the single most effective way to achieve a high-impact, professional look. It creates a bold, confident statement. Fourth, don't forget your backdrop. Whether it's a fence, a wall, or a simple hedge of evergreens, make sure your colorful plants have a calm, neutral background to pop against. A dark green hedge or a dark painted fence can make your colors look absolutely electric. Fifth, use containers to create dramatic focal points. Invest in a few large, simple, modern pots. Place them in strategic locations, flanking a door, at the corner of a patio, and fill them to overflowing with a single, stunning explosion of color. This is an easy way to create a high-end, resort-style feel.